Hello everyone. Let's welcome again into the interview series. So in this series, we will try to cover one of the well-known company that is the Fidelity. So the Fidelity is basically dealing into the real estate and the mortgage industry. So mortgage is basically when we are taking the loan to maintain home or purchase the loan, land or other type of things into the real estate. So that come under that category. So that company is also registered into the stock, so their stock performance is also very good and it's a good reputation into the market also. So here in this session we will cover like one of the profile with the .NET plus Angular, like how many type of question they are asking and what is their level to ask the question to prepare into the future or the current stage. So let's welcome again. Start with the agenda. Like in the agenda, we will try to cover the ASP.NET, C Sharp, MVC, and SQL Server. In the ASP.NET, you know that some of the application, legacy application, is always be into the company which are very long run into the past. So there they ask me about the ASP.NET with the first question is a page life cycle. So I not remember the page life cycle, but whatever the things I remember, I will explain. I explained him, and after that user control and what is the user control and how you can get the value of the user control elements inside element. After that C sharp, in the C sharp started with the shield class, so need to explain the shield class here. After that, how can multiple class inheritance. So the multiple class, we know that we don't have the like we can't be inherit the multiple class there, only the concrete class can inherit only the single concrete class at a time. Other one is the multiple interface inheritance. So yes, we can do it in the multiple inheritance because that is the beauty of the inheritance or the interface inheritance. The other one is the operator overloading. So there is a this one is the one of the type of the polymorphism. So there they ask the in-depth question also, like if we have the different return type also, then what is the difference here. So the operator overloading is never dependent on the return types. So that is the explanation for this question. MVC side, like they started with the transfer the data from view to the controller. So the view to the controller, like whenever we are posting any of the forms and sending on of the data. So I explained in that way, and there I use the model. So the through the help of model, I'm passing this thing, and you know that we have the model binding concept. So there I already created the video on top of on this topic, so please take a look there also. So there I explain like how to map this data from view to the controller into the model. So this will help you. Other one is the controller to the view. So we know that from the controller to the view also we are sending some data. So there we have the two things which we are using. The first one is the view data and the view bag. So by this we are sending the data from controller to the view. The other one is the controller to controller. So in the controller to controller we are using the temp data, but further question here is the temp data and having the two more subtype, that is a peek and keep. So what is the difference and how we are doing the things into the peek and keep. So if you are read the value, so how and how to preserve the things, so many questions are there. So please read out this peek and keep also, because that is the most important question onto this controller to controller data transfer. The other one is the how to check the property value is null. So there you take example, like you have the one model you are sending from the view to the controller side. You can submit the form or you can come with the ajax call. There's a no any dependency, or there's a no any of the, like you can use any of the approach. And there if you are getting some null value, so how you check this one. So although we have the null check there, so but before that we can also check, like when we are sending the data, maybe some of the ajax side if we are calling, so maybe the json conversion is not completely done, maybe the property mismatch is there. If property mismatch is there, so model binder can't be do anything, so it will be replaced with the null value and all. And for this concept I already explained into the one video, please take a look there. The other one is a put the, like yeah, so here I just put the magical model binder concept there. By this we can get this why the value is null, and for this one we can explain these things. Other one is the document type and the content type. So whenever we are going for the Ajax call through the JavaScript and all, so we are using this document type and the content type. So the document type, like which type of document which we are posting or getting, like is a XML, JSON or HTML or any other format. Content type is like we are basically we want the response in which content, in the HTML form, JSON form, or XML form. So that is the purpose of this content type. The other one is the SQL Server. So in the SQL Server, they ask me about the temp data and the temp variable table. So there I explain like the first is the creation style is totally different for both the things. The other one is the scope. So temp data is if we are creating inside the store proc and the store proc is executed successfully, the scope is still there because we need to explicitly drop this one. But in temp variable we no need to do this one. And as per my understanding, temp variable table is taking the less memory as compared to the temp data. And there is many more difference also. Please consider that based on your knowledge. The other one is the how to get the auto increment column value. That is the also the frequently asked question, because sometimes we know that auto increment we always putting the identity column and all. So for this one you need to tell like scope identity, that is the inbuilt method into the SQL server that will return the last insert value or the identity column value. The other one is a 1 DB query to write to get the name of the student with total number. For example, we have the names list of the student table and subject and the marks, and the student have the student id as a primary key, subject have the subject id as a primary key, and that's this two primary key it will become the foreign key into the mark, and the mark have the mark id as a primary key, and this mark have the 100 for this one. For example, if similarly this student or have the more value like more value here like 100 215 or something, so at the end you need to show the count for each of the student in the order format, like whose value is more or whose marks is more, so he will come on to the top and after the second, third, fourth and all. So for this one I written the query similar to this one. So we are used here as a group by. I already told into the one of the video like group by is or having these two keyword resolve over most of the interview question, because everyone are interested to check like how efficiently you are using the group by clause into the SQL query. So there if you see here, I'm using s dot name comma sum of m dot marks, and there I'm just making the join for the all the three table, like join with the student with the marks and with the relation on, and after that subject and group by s dot name, because we want group in the name format, order by sum, like whose value is more, so order by the sum of m dot marks in the decreasing order. So this is the query I written for this one. So thank you so much, thank you for listening this one. Let's meet in another video soon. Bye.